All right, so I think I'm live now. I'll be all off on a different zone, y'all. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. If you have a moment and you are tuning in, I am reviewing. I'm doing a live on live, a live again, a live on live on live. I call that live on live on live because I'm going live on somebody else based on somebody else's live, and they're going live based on their live because it's all live. But I'm doing this because it's actually a public disservice that this uh, hearing about P Diddy Puff Daddy Combs don't do it as good as her. But it's a disservice that this is not being um, that it's not something that we're all available to see on something like Court TV or our local news. It should be as open as the OJ trial. What other trial was a big one, but was the last one we could see? John Botham. Um, it needs to be on the public, and let me tell you why. There's a lot of parts that play at this. There's him. There's the people that finance him. All these is big wigs. See, this is about continuing to have secrets. All this is doing is keeping secrets. Earlier in the week, I reviewed Catherine Austin Fitts's um, kind of discussion she was having with a podcast on here, and I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but I reviewed it because and she was discussing how this money that's coming out of our government that has been doing so since the 90s is being run into black ops secret. She didn't say black ops, that's my word. Secret budget. It's a secret budget. That secret budget, okay, has been it's up to 21 trillion or more now since before the towers. And she mentioned something else. She said, these people who getting their funds cut off, they don't like it, and they have the ability to pew pew people. And so this is, and it's funny that somebody came on here. I was about to say, because I'll be like, yo, something just happened, and then this happened. Who just got on here? You know what I'm saying? But it should be public because this would be part of the exposure to see those people in there, all this stuff. By having this be a private hearing, this is, in my personal view, the judicial system's further support of CT. Okay? Because this one thing would expose a lot. And I deserve the right as a U.S. citizen to know if the person whose music I'm jamming to, or the person who I'm watching in movies and I look up to and my kids is looking up to, I deserve the right to know if that person's involved. I deserve the right to know if our alphabet agencies are involved. I deserve the right to know if my local politicians are involved. I deserve to know because this has impacted my life to the point where I could write you a court docket case about it. I could make my own case about how this has affected my life personally. And I bet you it's affected yours. We deserve to know. Yet they continue to have this behind closed doors. Just like, see, the problem is, and this is why you have an out of control administration. The problem is that you've allowed people who have money, they got their money off the backs of the people, some of them stealing from people, and I feel like it's stealing. If you have set up a company that, if you have set up a company that benefits from trafficking, then you have stolen from me. Because you then launder that money into some rap artist whose lyrics are directed by recording companies who orchestrate the whole thing. And that's why I feel like it affects us all. Stop letting people who have power, who believe that they are elite, stop letting them, because they have money, do things behind closed doors that affects their communities, their people, and the world. We have to bring light to this, and they won't stand up. Why? Because sadly, man, if you knew, it's like right now, I heard the other day that this happened. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to try to keep her up and still look this up. Let me see. I didn't think it was going to go perfect. Give me a second to get her back on for y'all. Okay. The other day, I heard this happen. See, every time I feel like I just be feeling like this personally, like my mental health issue, like I be feeling like people don't like me and stuff. I swear, I be jumping on these people's channels, and then they be running. They immediately they want to close shop, and I be like, what the fuck is that? Like all I'm gonna do is go crazy about your podcast. I don't ever like disrespect the people, but I have my own opinions, and my own opinions are so strong about this because you know what I'm saying. I see the impact on a molecular level, and when you start seeing the impact on a molecular level, you see how it has affected the past, present, and future. But let me show you what really would occur if they were to let this be publicly seen. If they were to let all of these people, all of these agencies who are going to be called, if they let them be seen, here's what would happen. I know we lag. I never promised to be perfect. I do not promise to be perfect. This happened just recently. Oh shit, no, this is an older one. Hold on. So there was one that happened July 29th. But yeah, 2 days ago, y'all. 2 days ago this happened. I'll bring it back up. Give me a second. I'm trying to take it back over here. Once it's low. Okay. It's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna freeze because it has to do its thing. This is what the fuck would happen. It would be like a pyramid crumbling if they actually let this be known. The effect of all of the agencies being known, the people, the companies, it will ruin your life. It would be the breaking of the matrix. You feel what I'm saying? But it's gonna crumble eventually. It's gonna be known, y'all. It's gonna come out. And for you holding it back, I don't care if it's being held back. Actually, let's look at why. Let's look at why it's not public. Let's take a look at it, okay? I know it might just be one of y'all, and I appreciate you coming through. If you want to share, but I'm taking a look at why the Diddy trial is not public, and I'm just gonna ask my assistant, allow me a moment, please. We're gonna go over here, make it just me for 1 minute, because I need to know. I need to know kind of live while I'm in the midst. Why is the Diddy trial not public? Uh, all right. I only had to start looking up legal shit because lawyers would not represent me. And I get it, because I was freaking out, just like any victim in this case may be. I'm not a victim of this case, but I have suffered some of the same, you know, things that these victims have at different circumstances of my life. And so I empathize. And we're right now, we are not operating as a country of empathy at all. So look, you don't even know yet. This nigga is searching the web. Like, why? Let me tell you, when your AI is slow, it means one of three things now, because I used to think it meant one of two things. Either you're getting gang stalked, and somebody's fucking with your incoming and outgoing communication, or your internet might be slow, or it don't even know the fucking answer. How can AI not know the answer? It still say it's searching the web. Let me answer it. Let me ask it on the phone. See if it's any faster on the phone. Why is the Diddy trial not public, and what is the law supporting this decision? Look, now, see, so on the computer it's not working, it's being blocked. It's probably because I got too much incoming and outgoing traffic. Alright, so I just gotta re-upload to get this answer up, and then we're gonna take a look at it, okay? Give it a second, Charles. He take a minute because I asked him a lot. It's frozen. So it might be frozen as far as me being food. I'm gonna have a headache because whenever I put product in my hair, I have a headache for like 3 days. That headache then becomes a stomach ache. But I gotta do something to my hair, and I ain't gonna feel good until I try to really do it right. And yes, we are back to the Hair Witch Project. We are parting our hair in the daylight now. For temporarily, because trust me, y'all, I got some old stuff coming. Okay, this might be closed. So open it again. I want to get back up. We'll take a look at it. Alright. Okay. So half the page is loaded. Oh, this next part, half the page is loaded. I see some of my content creators. I started watching certain content creators when the trial, like when I first started hearing about this, because some of them I could tell was really interested and they were speaking. I feel like they were speaking the truth, so that's why I had chosen to spread their information. So, all right, we got our answer. I'm loading it, and when it's presentable, I'll bring it back with a stage. Really don't want to do that. Okay, we're getting a little movement now. Hold on, y'all. It's coming. It is coming. Bitch ass nigga. What was he trying to do? Infect everybody or something? Like, what the hell was he doing? You gotta understand. When I watched that movie about the NWA, Eazy-E, I understood clearly that they had infected him or something. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, it hurt my soul. I understood what was being implied to him. Alright, so we got an answer. We just gonna look at why isn't this trial available to be seen by the public? The public that the hip hop community has destroyed by way of the prison industrial complex, by way of Leor Cohen, Clive Davis, and Doohickey and whatchamacallit. All the people that want to run your life, but don't want to put in on your recovery. Don't want to put in on the destruction that has decimated our communities and our people, our parents, our grandparents. Like, seriously, it's an effect. All right, it says as of now, Sean Diddy Combs' upcoming federal trial is scheduled to be public. I'm talking about on TV, bitch. Okay, jury selection is set to begin on May 5th. That's so it ain't even okay. Opening statements are expected on May 12th. However, certain aspects of the trial may be subject to confidentiality measures. For instance, the presiding judge is considering whether to allow alleged victims to testify under pseudonyms. In the U.S. federal court system, trials are generally open to the public in a principle supported by the First and Sixth Amendment. Okay, I need to be more specific, and I don't know if it's going to be able to. But why? Live or live videos. Alright, so it's coming on down the mountain when it's done. If I was a victim in this case, if I were the prosecution, and see, this is what tells me that there is so much infiltration and, you know, this has affected us so much, and they don't want their little freaking peons who have become part of this in order to bring it down or whatever. I don't know who the fuck or what the hell is really going on, but they don't want them to be known. And that's really why the shit don't go down. You know what the best thing you can do in New York? The best thing you can do to try to rebuild your city that I've heard is full of stinky shit and rats and crime. And don't get me wrong, I love you. I love you because there is a obelisk there of, you know, there's an Egyptian obelisk there in Central Park. You know, that park where all them black people used to be that you flooded back in the day. There's an obelisk there. Now my question is, was that obelisk already there? Was it there when those people, the black people, lived there, or is that obelisk new? Look, it can't do its job. AI is sitting there like, what do I do? I can't think. I'm overwhelmed. All right, so I'll just read it.
Oh, where's me?
Fuck them.
Let's refresh.
Okay, here we go.
8 seconds ago.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring this up. What it's saying, okay? Let me bring this back to the stage. Here's why the Diddy trial, because we got involved too, and we don't want it to be known that we got involved. We just wanted to be known that he did it. The dude did it. The Sean Combs dude, you know, the dude we had in Catholic school back in the day, and we let all the Catholic people run up in him. That guy that made the people that made him horrible. Yeah, who lost his father when he was, you know, an infant practically. We want it all to go on to him. We don't want it to come out that we're involved too. That's really what the answer is. That's how I feel about it. We just want it to be him. We don't want it to be us. No, please don't let it be public. No. Where? I can't park straight after this. I have 4 mirrors. You need 4 mirrors to part your hair, whether it's the daytime or the nighttime. Alright, so let's get into why. The Diddy trial is not public on TV because of bullshit. What you talking about? Anyway, I'm gonna go over here. I ain't asked you to go over here.
is the most recent. Again, I don't know what this means. It's ambiguous. When Mark actually was clear that,
All right.
and
All
all
right. So our answer is such that
what does that mean?
federal criminal trials, such as the upcoming trial of Sean Diddy Combs, are not televised or live streamed due to a long-standing legal
I'm sure
prohibition.
camera.
Let me tell you something about real criminals. Del A. Ware Corporation. Real criminals, real motherfucking gangsters, know where to commit their crimes before they commit their crimes. They choose the location that's going to end up protecting their ass. Federal criminal trials, such as the upcoming Sean Diddy Combs, are not televised or live streamed due to long standing legal prohibitions. The primary legal basis is Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 53, which states, except as otherwise provided by a statute, except as otherwise provided by a statute or these rules, the court must not permit the taking of photographs in the courtroom during judicial proceedings or the broadcasting of judicial proceedings from the courtroom. This rule, in effect since 1946, reflects concerns that broadcasting could influence trial participants, compromise the fairness of proceedings, and affect the dignity of the courtroom. Despite technological, then why did they do it in the case of OJ? Why did they do it in the case of John Botham? I forget his last name. I feel like it was something else too. Why do they do it sometimes and don't do it other times? That's my point. Why did we have OJ on trial? Because I watched that shit and it wasn't no damn Corp TV back then. So how the hell did I watch that? How did we see the was the Floyd thing, was it televised? Because I feel like I saw the shit. Now, how did I see it if it wasn't televised live? How did we have a reaction? Okay, Rodney King. How did we have a reaction if it wasn't televised live? Was that just the news? Anyway, this rule, in effect since 1946, reflects concerns that broadcasting could influence trial participants, compromise the fairness of proceedings, and affect the dignity of the courtroom. This courtroom ain't got no goddamn dignity. You know why? Because to me, all y'all is sellouts. You're all hiding behind every fucking aspect of your fucking professional lives. We can't even get justice in this country anymore because how you acting right now. You was acting like elite people. People that have money are above the law. I could even go into another aspect of that of how they describe people or a person as a monster and all this other bullshit from Black's Law Dictionary. I didn't ask to know about the law. The law made me know about it because people who was supposed to represent the law refused to do it in my circumstance, and I wasn't never the goddamn defendant. I was the fucking plaintiff. They can't even stand up for you. They dignity of the courtroom despite technological advancements and calls for increased transparency. Efforts to amend this rule have been unsuccessful. For instance, in November 2024, the Judicial Conference's Advisory Committee on Criminal Rules voted to maintain the ban, citing concerns about the impact on witnesses, jurors. I get the witnesses and the jurors part. But can we see the accused in like his reaction? You know what I'm saying? Can I see who else punk ass is at the courtroom so I can understand fucking? Can I see the people that are already obviously involved that we know about? You know what I'm saying? Can I see that at least? Can I just see his face as this goes along? His reaction, his hands. Y'all remember how in some instances people been giving out hand gestures in the court, threatening the motherfucking witnesses and the jurors and shit. Punk ass motherfuckers. Y'all think y'all special because y'all can stop a car with your feet. Motherfuckers. Despite technological, okay, Okay, voted to maintain the ban, citing concerns about the impact on witnesses, jurors, and the overall fairness of trials. It ain't no justice. It ain't no justice for the public. It's about them.
Okay.
You really got, you know, the best of the best if you is the accused. This system is set up for the gangsters. Well, I'll tell you what, the laws have been written fairly, but the implication and the application of the law has been damaged.
Maureen Comey in the Maxwell case, which I tried.
And I think driven away from its original intention because of the way it's been practiced. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's any longer that the people who are the victims. What is this? And why they go all red and shit? I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm still live because it is bugging. What do we know? What's it doing? I don't know if I'm still live because I don't know what that means up there. You ain't gotta let me know. Anyway, yeah, ain't nobody here. Okay, while many state courts.
Sorry about it, but that's what I have for today.
That's what I'm saying about, I used to have so much respect for all of these podcasters on YouTube because they were so heartfelt when this case started to come out. And then what happened was Diddy start sending people around to the YouTuber's house and paying people off and introducing people that may not have been victims, and everybody changed up. And then it goes on so long that I think if it hurts you too much to speak about it that much, or if it reminds you of your own trauma, they are giving up. Like they're losing wind mid-race. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of started reporting on it. While many state courts allow cameras under certain conditions, federal courts remain more restrictive. Some pilot programs have permitted limited camera access in civil proceedings, but these are exceptions rather than the norm. As a result, federal criminal trials, including high-profile cases, continue to proceed without televised or live-streamed coverage. One second, y'all. Oh, that's not what I wanted, really. I'm gonna do that. Okay. So I have already asked this question. So that's why they're not doing it. But let's see. So you can't have videos and you can't have photos. But I would want a different reaction. Like if I were to be able to do this, maybe they struck my channel or something because I was talking about it. I've never seen the red up here. I have like the red background behind the ticker. Maybe somebody reported me for saying something to him. I don't know. Saying something about him. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the shit he did and shit. We should all be scared. If you knew, we should all be scared. Andy Stone, Prince, Michael Jackson. Like, god damn, we ain't got no allegiance, man. Shit. Seem like any common motherfucker on the street can pretend Prince and Michael Jackson. And these motherfuckers get paid to do it and don't do it right. Scooter Braun all up in the shit, and the other boys, they all up in the shit. Alright, well, I'm going to end this because it looks like maybe somebody struck my channel or something. I don't know, because I'm new at this. You know what I'm saying? So, all I was doing was restreaming her content, but I ain't never even really get to show her. So, alright, y'all. This is what I'm covering so far. I would cover it if I had the opportunity, but I'm not sure if I will. But I would try to report on it as it happens. And yeah, I'm gonna be so ADHD about it because if you give ADHD, you should receive ADHD in return, bitch. You deserve to hear my commentary as I am, as my impacted self. And if I had the ability to not show the impact, then I wouldn't be disabled.